As we draw closer to Election Day next month, the primaries, we're taking a look at the candidates running for the District 3 seat on the Board of Supervisors. That position being vacated by Mike Maggard, who announced his retirement earlier this year. Kern County District 3 is a diverse area ranging from the mouth of the canyon to Coffee Road in the northwest and parts of Merle Haggard Drive in Oildale down to the southwest side on White Lane. District 3 has been focused on improvements for years. The county is in the midst of a three-phase plan to improve Hart Park to make it cleaner and safer, among other things. The district also looking to balance these improvements with increases in public safety, security, and code enforcement.
Well, we are 3 weeks away from the state's primary election, and so this week we're getting to know your candidates for County Supervisor District 3. And joining us live in studio this morning is Jeff Flores, here to talk about his run for this race. So Jeff, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate your time.
Pleasure to be here, and thank you for covering the race.
Absolutely. So just getting into this race, there are lots of topics. District 3 obviously covers a wide range of communities, and according to the most recent point in time count, homelessness is at an all-time high across Kern County, and a lot of that is seen in District 3. There are encampments running along the Kern River. So what is your overall approach to addressing that issue in Kern County?
Thank you. I think it's the number one issue that the voters have on their mind in the 3rd District and throughout the county. It is pressing, and like you said, we need a zero tolerance policy on encampments. The people have had enough. There's people on the medians. There's people walking around almost getting hurt in traffic. There's people sleeping in doorways, affecting our business corridor, affecting our neighborhoods, and like you said, affecting the river habitat. So we need policies of zero encampments. We need to break those down, and we need to get those people into services. And we have those services like the M Street Low Barrier Navigation Center and other providers, where they can sit there, get what they need, rest, get taken care of, and get the wraparound services to get them on a pathway to housing and off the streets.
Are there any certain approaches or strategies you have in mind for taking that step to get them into those services and resources?
Yes, that's a good question. So we do have teams at the county. We have rapid response teams that are tasked with the cleanup and the breakdown of these encampments. But we also have mental health teams from Kern County Behavioral Health that have the special training to get people the mental health supports, the behavioral supports, the chemical dependency treatment. And we have teams that can help assist them, get them to the shelters and get them the assistance they need. We also have mobile evaluation teams with a psychiatric background that can assist law enforcement and go out as they make these contacts. You know, it takes about 17 touches of interaction sometimes to get people off the streets and into the services that you need. So we do have that. We need to build upon that. And what's so important to me is the bigger economy is predicated on revenues to the county. Oil's under attack, ag's under attack. In order to get those services and pay for the things that we need to address this issue, we need someone that's going to be a leader and be a champion for industry, so we have the requisite revenue to take on these challenges and assist the homeless.
One of the other challenges in District 3 specifically is overall, including that homelessness, crime rates, poverty, and of course in District 3 is Oildale, where a lot of that is especially seen and present. So do you have any specific approaches or ideas for really uplifting the residents living in Oildale?
Yes, Oildale's the heart of the 3rd District. I was there last night at a small business having a meet and greet with residents to hear what was on their minds, and they kind of just echoed what you had just said today. Some of the issues impacting Oildale have been generational, and I've been part of the Kern High School District Board of Trustees, where we're working on that generational impact with education, uplifting people to give them the jobs, the career readiness, the college readiness, so that when they graduate from high school, they can hit the ground running, they can support their families again, but it's also predicated on a healthy economy and industry. In Oildale, you know, oil's in the name of Oildale. Oil's under attack by Sacramento, and I want to be a fighter for that industry, so we have the jobs, so we have the economic development to uplift that community. And I'm proud of the work that we've done in Oildale with economic revitalization along North Chester, and I want to build upon that. And shortly, we're going to be having a Oildale Hall of Fame in Oildale to pay tribute to the heritage of Oildale, and I look forward to doing more on that front.
Like you just mentioned, there are definitely some pushes we're seeing that can really impact the oil industry and people that work in the oil industry. So do you have any specific approaches or ideas for helping the people that find their income through the oil industry if we do see changes to that type of work?
Yeah, so first and foremost, we have to say no to Sacramento overreach. They're literally killing our jobs, hurting our families, holding up 1,000 permits by the state. That means people can't drill, people can't work. So we have to have that fight, protect our traditional economies, but also look forward to our own self-autonomy and guard our own economic future moving forward. What else can we cultivate? Can we be leaders in carbon capture sequestration? Can we be leaders in logistics at the foot of the grapevine? Can we attract hospitality like the Tejon potential Hard Rock Casino? Can we look at new sectors while protecting our traditional sectors? And I think we can. There's new efforts that the county is involved with, that we're partnering with private industry, with academia, Cal State, Bakersfield College, called B3K. The county is a part of that to position us to attract those next jobs, those next sectors. And I think that that holds promise, and we can do that because Kern County are innovators. We're tough, we're smart, and we can succeed in California despite California.
All right, well, Jeff Flores running for District 3 Supervisor. It's time for a quick break, but after the break, we will hear much more from Jeff, so stay with us. Welcome back. We are continuing our conversation with District 3 candidate Jeff Flores. Let's just get right back into our conversation. We wanted to ask you about crime issues. We were talking about District 3. A lot of the communities in District 3 see a high crime rate, but at the same time right now, staffing with the Kern County Sheriff's Department is at an all-time low. So do you have a plan for working with the department to both recruit and then retain deputies?
Yeah, so philosophically, let me just say first, I am a 100% supporter of law enforcement. This defunding of police has nowhere in my vocabulary, and I will be a strong and fervent supporter of our law enforcement agencies. So back to your question about the plan, yes, I want to make Kern County the most competitive law enforcement agency for our sheriff and our first responders that we are in the Valley. And if you look at that, we've taken the steps to improve our position in the Valley to make us some of the highest paid sheriffs in the Valley, and I want to continue that. And we build upon this with more academies to get more officers. We have bonuses right now to hire more officers with lateral transfers. They can get $25,000. For new first-time officers, they can get $15,000 if they come and join our ranks at the Sheriff's Department. So I want to make that budget the best that it can be. Resources are finite, but if you look over the last fiscal year, they had the highest amount ever funded, despite COVID, despite the downturn in the economy. And I think that we can make great strides moving forward. And so I want to be a big supporter of law enforcement because our citizens demand that and deserve that.
And you are currently the Chief of Staff for our current District 3 Supervisor, Mike Maggard. So in terms of crime issues, all the topics we've been discussing, how would your approach to this position differ, if at all, from how Mike Maggard currently approaches it? And do you see any gaps that you would like to fill when you look at the current district supervisor?
Yeah, so Mike's a strong supporter of law enforcement also, same philosophy, but it's more, I'm a new blood, new generation, new leadership. I'm Generation X, he's a baby boomer. We come with different perspectives, different backgrounds, different education experiences, but fundamentally that's not his approach or my approach. It's standing up to Sacramento, because all our revenues from the general fund and assessed valuations are predicated on that tension. And so the better we can do, the more healthy our economy is, the more resources we have for law enforcement, more patrol on the streets, better infrastructure. It's all connected. And I think that I'm the best leader with that experience. I can hit the ground running, stand up, and work for law enforcement. And that's what I want to do.
We are almost out of time, so just one last question for you. What would you say is your biggest signature issue that you have in mind when running for this position?
To protect jobs and the economy, and everything flows from that. All the other secondary and tertiary issues, homelessness, streets, code enforcement, graffiti, public safety. But overall jobs in the economy, and I want to fight for the residents of Kern County, and I look forward to the campaign ahead and want to earn their support.
Well, Jeff Flores running for District 3 Supervisor. Definitely best of luck in your candidacy. We'll be following along the race and hope you have a great time doing this campaign. So we appreciate your time and telling us more about it.
Thank you so much.